Hello everyone and welcome to Crypto Ripto. I'm Christian and in today's video we're going to be talking about the Sandbox. Now there's been some massive news that the Sandbox launched its mega land sale on its platform today and it sold out in record time. So we're going to go through what is that mega land sale, how it's being sold and its price chart on OpenSea. But we're also going to look at the Sand token, because there's been some massive movements and it's doing exceptionally well in the crypto market, even though the crypto market is going in a bit of a downtrend or a stale sideways. So if you want to know all this exciting news about Sand and the mega land sale, stay tuned and let's get into the video. So before I start today's awesome video, you've guessed it, this is not financial advice. Anything you see, hear or choose to ignore is for your educational purposes only. So with that being said, I want to quickly go through the Bitcoin price chart and see where Bitcoin is at the moment, because Sand does follow Bitcoin a little bit. Not as much as some of the other coins, but it does retrace it a little bit. So let's jump in and see quickly, and don't worry, we will get onto Sandbox, where that Bitcoin price is and how I see the crypto market. Boom. So as you can see, Bitcoin is trading at $44,000 on the nose as of this moment. And as you can see from, we was saying this a few days ago when the bears were saying Bitcoin's going down to 38, 37, that it will take a retracement of these trend lines that we've put in and start trading up towards this trading channel. As we said, we were worried about the 50-day moving average being a little bit of a resistance, but this is proven on the 4-hour candles as of yesterday's video that it smashed through that and is now using it as more of a support than a resistance. So over the last, I think probably 16 hours, we've seen steady slowdown in Bitcoin, where it's now probably finding its bottom or its support around the 43,500 mark. So if we just put a casual line in here where we can see this one got rejected a little bit until the next candle went back up, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 4-hour candles did confirm this line as being support, which is well above where we were looking at from the last resistance. And for people trying to trade Bitcoin, and I know a lot of people are saying Bitcoin's unpredictable, blah blah blah, but you can see this trading channel that we've been in now since all the way back in December. It is a bit of a downward channel, but since the crash, it confirmed that this is the trading channel, and it has pretty much played out in this downwards trading channel. I don't know, pretty perfectly for me. Obviously, we've had the scammy wicks down, which is like liquidating people, not including this one here, which is the crash or the big dip, as so to speak. But since then, we have been using this channel pretty wisely. And now from this support here, I think we can gradually see that it's coming up and maybe creating its own new support. But for me, this is very early. It's not enough candles, and these are only the 4-hour candles. If we quickly go to the daily chart, you can see that Bitcoin is pretty much getting well above this line here and where we thought the resistance was going to be. So if we have another daily close above this 43,500 mark, we could well see ourselves going up to touch this trading channel resistance here. But we are still waiting for that turning point where Bitcoin takes the turn and produces an uptrend. I have to say, I'm generally optimistic on Bitcoin. I think this was the absolute bottom. We used to be 30,000, now we're like the 41,000. So now we should be going up to higher highs. We just need to break out of this trading channel. But the next big resistance, I think, from coming up here will probably be around about the 46,500 mark. So hopefully Bitcoin can break that key resistance. So that's my analysis on Bitcoin. But what I really want to get into, the crust of it, is at the moment is Sandbox. So I just want to show you here that obviously this is a 60 days, and over the 60 days we've had a lot of kind of downtrends in a lot of tokens, and this continues all the way up. But what I look for in this, and there's only one other real undervalued project with all green, which means it's been in an uptrend for the last 2 months, and that's Polkadot, which is another great favorite of mine. But if you have a look at Sandbox, it's been in an uptrend since last October, which you'll see in the price chart action. So Sand is massively undervalued at $5.13 in my opinion. This could go a lot more. Doesn't, if you have a look at the market cap billion, this could go up to like easily like 10 billion, and this will just go absolutely through the roof. So you can imagine that this, can it be a $10 token? For me, yes. Will it happen this kind of bull run, blow off top? There's no reason why. I think a conservative person would be looking a bit at 8. And if you're unconservative and you're very optimistic and you want everything to go to the moon, I think $10 is more than achievable. If we have a look at Sandbox, what is the big news that's keeping Sandbox out? Well, Sandbox had its mega land sale and it sold out in record time. Obviously, there was only a certain amount of this, and I think the big players got in there. There is a few people not happy because they were trying to get it and they lost out in gas fees because it got sold out so quick. But for the people that did want to get it, they did get in there and managed to get the land. Now, if we have a quick look at OpenSea, there wasn't a lot of land on sale. And you can see now that the top bids are coming in 21,000, 50,000, 11,000 for 3 times, depending what the size you want. I think the smallest on here is 3x3 and the largest is 12x12. So there's these 5 3x3s and there's a 6x6 estate and a 12x12. Now the top bid goes from 50,000 all the way down to the smallest being 11,000 sand. Now that's sand token, and if we just have a look what sand token is at $5. So that's like $55,000 for this 3x3 bit of estate, which is absolutely phenomenal. So you can see why sand's getting so popular. Now, also, we'll just have a look quickly about what it was Sand were saying in their blog. So hopefully you can see that just on the screen now. It says a new land around the mega city, a new cool neighborhood in the Sandbox metaverse. So this is a neighborhood within the Sandbox as it is. And this has been getting people absolutely buzzing. It says, welcome to the Megaland City, the latest expansion to the Sandbox map. This cultural hub will be filled with multiple Hong Kong partners from the film, music, entertainment, acting, finance, real estate and gaming sectors. So basically it's like creating a whole new city within the kind of Sandbox metaverse, which to me is pretty cool. And as you see from the prices in the kind of OpenSea sand, that people are going absolutely crazy for this. Now, I think it's priced a lot of people out, but some people may disagree. I don't know. But for me, I think it is an absolute buzz and it will do wonders for the sand price. Now we want to look at the token. So let's jump straight into the sand price chart token. Boom. So as you can see, sand is obviously doing the same relief rally as Bitcoin. That's why I said in the earlier part that sand does follow Bitcoin pretty closely, and to be honest, a lot of them that are pegged against USDT do follow this kind of pattern, but some do break away from that pattern. Some do go against the grain of Bitcoin, but sand is not one of them. But you can see sand now is firmly cementing itself probably around about the $5 mark, with, like I say, putting this in at its new support. So will sand do well? Obviously it depends on how Bitcoin does, because obviously that's the daddy of tokens. But I think if you do the sand versus kind of Bitcoin ETH, I think overall sand in the short term will do a little bit better, obviously with the stuff that's coming out. And as you can see here, it's putting the moving average as its support. You can see it bounced here, and here. So for me, and if you've watched this channel or you're an avid lover of the channel, you'll see when we started buying sand, when I did a video way back in October, you'll see that sand was all the way down here. This is where it started an uptrend. And the 2nd of October, I mean, we were pretty much in a little bit before then, but we were buying sand all the way down at 59 cents when the dips are happening. Then sand was boring for a long time. From literally when it started the uptrend here, it went to about 80 cents, and it was like that all the way through the best part of October before it had its rally, and it's not looked back since. But wait till you see the kind of gains just from when we were doing this video, when we was trading in sand all the way back at 60 to 70 cents. You can see that it's done a massive to its all-time high 1,297%. So we're looking at a 12x. To where Sand's price is now stable in the support, we're still looking at over a 7x. So for me, with Sand getting a lot of traction and a lot of like hype and the stuff that's going on there, and the metaverse being the next best thing since sliced bread, if you think from here to where its all-time high is now, it's only got to do literally 62%. Now that to me says that Sand is so undervalued. For it to be at the moment to where it was, and it's traded after the crash, if you have a look when all the bad news come out, Sand only went from like this area here at $8.50, and the worst it was at is about $4.15. Now to me, that's not a major. Yes, it will be, people say, yeah, it's still, you know, nearly 100%, blah blah, but if you see where it just went to and traded sideways for that long and where it is now, you could genuinely say that $4.40 to $5 is Sand's low point. So for me, I think Sand, that's why I think Sand is so cheap. So again, thank you for watching this video. I hope this gave you enough information to see why I'm so excited about Sand. It's mainly the token trending upwards from the last 60-30 days and the last kind of 7 days and 24 hours, and being such a low price. That's how I make my money on tokens. I look at what's been on an uptrend and what's undervalued, and everyone is backing Sand for the last 2 months because it's just been on a continuous uptrend. But again, not advice, do your own research, but as always, trade safe, trade smart, and don't get wrecked.